Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The Indiana Fever take on the Los Angeles Sparks in Gamebridge. And I think this is the game where Caitlin Clark gets back on track. They are playing a struggling Los Angeles Sparks team. They've dropped 4 games in a row. The last one against the Sky, where the struggling defense gave up almost 100 points to them. it was pretty brutal. It started close in that fourth quarter. They just got absolutely shellacked. They give up about 1 turnover every 5 possessions. They have 4 players out. And I think there's a certain player on our team that's probably going to have a chip on their shoulder and play up for this game. But, first off, let's dive into the roster. Let's dive into the key players to look at, the key defensive plays and assignments that we have for this game, and the keys to the game. So, first and foremost, we have to talk about Kelsey Plum, the big offseason pickup for the Sparks from the Aces, joining her fellow former teammate Dearica Hamby, coming over from the Aces as well as a big. Kelsey Plum is a player that she's a freak athlete. She is going to drive on you if you give her the opportunity. She's going to hit the 3 on you. She can go nuclear. So she is going to be the main assignment to frustrate, make sure that all her shots are hard, make sure that we respect the drive and are able to pack the paint while covering for her 3-point potential shot. I think we need to hedge ball screens when we can, and we need to stay under her on the closeouts. And we also need to, if she does drive, force her to the baseline. Don't let her get straight line drives in this game. She's going to play really annoying physical defense against Clark. We know that. We saw that in the Olympics game. And Caitlin Clark, Boston burned her and the rest of that Olympic squad. So I expect there's going to be a lot of that tonight. Dearica Hamby, she's the kind of recognizable name, the really solid inside post-up player for them. I think in this game, we pack the paint and we just basically focus on Kelsey Plum, a little bit of Rickea Jackson on that perimeter, but also mainly we have to watch out for Azurá Stevenson. As far as Dearica Hamby goes, she's very physical inside. She scores off of spin moves, and she really is like one of those energizing players that will hustle and amp the team up. We want to meet her early in the post, use our 3 quarters. I think Aaliyah Boston has had a really big lineup of Nneka Ogwumike and Asia Wilson. She's been battling really well against them. I think that Dearica Hamby is probably just a slight tier below that, and Aaliyah Boston is going to perform very well for us on that. It's just a matter of who we fill in now that Dantas is going to be out for this game. She will be joining Camila Cardoso in their AmeriCup run. If we pack the paint against her, if we bring some like weak side pressure and like on our weekend and we force her to pass out and we make sure that 3-pointers are covered, I think we'll be good in that matchup there. The matchup I actually have my eye on that I'm most worried about actually in this game is Azurá Stevens. So she is a big that's not going to play down the post. You're going to rarely see her down there. Her handles aren't 100% the best, but she is an amazing 3-point shooter. She is a player that is going to jump passing routes. She's an amazing rim protector. So she's definitely someone that when we are running our offense, we're going to have to keep an eye on where she's positioned on the floor. If we drive in, we're going to need to hopefully suck in the defense and be able to kick out to our wings to score off of that opening, because she will block a lot of shots if you drive into her. And I think that the other thing we need to do is make sure that we box her out and that we also are paying attention, because again, she is kind of like the Gabby Williams. She will jump passing lanes. So again, paying attention to where she is on the floor, taking care of the ball around here will be key, because she really is one of those possession creators for the Los Angeles Sparks. And if we limit the amount of blocks and steals she'll get and we limit her 3-point shooting, that will take a lot of wind out of the Sparks sails. Of course, we also have to mention Rickea Jackson. She's in her sophomore season. She started really slow. She's been picking up a very athletic player, a great spot up shooter off screens, and she's very capable of going downhill, cutting, all that kind of stuff. We need to bump her through ball screens, stay attached on closeouts, lots of high hands, and we again force her to the baseline. No straight line drives in this team, but I think that our goal, mainly our key 3 kind of things that we're going to do a lot of, is we're going to pack the paint. We're going to basically protect the paint and just have our players that play out on the perimeter against Kelsey Plum, against Azurá Stevenson, keep an eye on Rickea Jackson a little bit Her 3-point shooting hasn't been super crazy this season, but I think that what we do is we just basically focus, make sure that Azurá and Kelsey Plum can't beat us outside. We give a lot of help defense, cover the paint. We dare them to shoot outside for the other players. And I think that'll be a recipe for a good defensive success against the Los Angeles Sparks. Our biggest threats are going to be lots of turnovers and transition from the Sparks and Kelsey Plum going nuclear. So I think that that is the key, just kind of scheme that we should use in this game. Also, I think that they are very turnover prone, especially in transition, to sneak up on, swipe some balls, get them off balance while they're trying to rush through things. Similarly, we can push the pace on them, get them, beat them. And I think that a big weakness of them is like cuts through the lane. I think the pick and roll game is going to be diabolical for, I mean, it's already good for Clark and AB, but in this game, they're going to have to really pick their poison. Do they focus on Aaliyah Boston and try to take that away after her 3-point game? And I think that's where we could potentially see Caitlin Clark get a lot more open shots this game. Kelsey Mitchell can get in her bag. And then we were going to see a lot of potential threes raining in. This is also a team that, as long as Azurá Stevens is not, in the paint, ready to block you, you can drive on this team. You can cut on this team. They are very susceptible. Their defense is not very good. So I think that this is a huge offensive night potential for the Indiana Fever. And of course, Odyssey Sims is out. They have a new guard in, Shea Petty, who's been filling in for them, picked her up off the street. And one of the best things to happen for us and sucks for the Sparks is they gave up Aari McDonald, because Aari McDonald, she got cut. She's going to have a chip on her shoulder this game. She's going to be playing up against her former team that cut her for Odyssey Sims, who currently isn't playing. And I think this is going to be a huge night where we get to see Clark and Aari on the floor at the same time. We get to see, when Clark goes out, we actually have someone that's going to be pushing the pace up the floor. And then also when they're on the floor together, we're also going to see more Clark off ball, lots of stagger aways and ways to get her open, get more of a Steph Curry treatment for her, and get her going, get that confidence and joy back in our girl, because she needs it. Now, with that said, I'm expecting a strong Fever win at home in Gamebridge, and momentum building for the Indiana Fever now that the Duana Bonner baggage has been shed and we are more focused on where we are going to be heading as a team. And let me know down in the comments what you think about this game. Are you excited for this game? What are the keys to the game for you? And remember, as always, you're going to be amazing today because you are amazing. And I'll catch you next episode.